What's going on, guys? Lance here. Pokeballs are something used in every mainline Pokemon game. These are the devices in which we keep our Pokemon and get to see when we throw them out into battle. Now, currently, Pokeballs are a permanent thing attached to our Pokemon. There's no way to change it after catching or hatching it. This leads a lot of people to carefully choose what Pokeball they use on what Pokemon. This leads a lot of people to choose carefully when using a Pokeball on a Pokemon they like, and can be very important to shiny hunters, especially who love to color coordinate their shinies to certain Pokeballs when hunting. I've personally done this with my recent shiny Magnemite, giving it a heavy ball to match Magnezone's color scheme. And there are a lot of Pokeballs to choose from. There are a total of 27 total Pokeballs in the mainline series. 2 of which, though, are unattainable through normal gameplay, those being the Park Ball, only used in Gen 4 PAL Park, and having no actual way to obtain it as a usable item, and the Cherish Ball, the one they used to give on event Pokemon, like the recent Zeraora event. And also, the Cherish Ball is unable to be passed down during breeding. For those of you who might not know, as of Gen 6, when breeding, the Pokeball of the parent Pokemon matters in what Pokeball the offspring has. If you take 2 Pokemon of the same species and breed them, it has a 50% chance of getting either of the parent's Pokeball. But if you breed 2 of different species in the same egg group, the female will always pass down its Pokeball. And if you're breeding with a Ditto, regardless of gender, the Pokemon that's not Ditto will pass down its Pokeball. Ditto can never pass down its Pokeball. This allows for people to breed Pokemon with certain Pokeballs for better customization. With that, there are only 25 Pokeballs you can use in Pokemon, and certain balls are not available in certain games, like the Apricorn balls were not available through normal means in Gen 5 games. Luckily in Pokemon Sword and Shield, they have made all past Pokeballs available, even if it is in low quantities. And you can get these renewably through rechallenging the Wind-In tournament and also using the Cram-O-Matic if you have the DLC. Granted, the odds are extremely low in both cases, but they're there. And so I thought it'd be fun to create new types of Pokeballs, since I think the games could use more options, and since they have a lot of new mechanics that could have Pokeballs for them. And they also have 3 Pokeballs for water types, so why not add some new ones? For the first Pokeball, I thought the games could use a new type-specific Pokeball. Currently, the Netball is the only Pokeball that improves the catch rate if used on certain types, those being Water and Bug, giving them a 3.5 times catch modifier when used on those 2 types. I thought the idea of the Magnet Ball could be cool. It would take features from the Magnet item in-game, and would have the same 3.5 times catch modifier, but for electric and steel type Pokemon, so it would be just like the Netball. I think the idea of making it so it affects 2 types instead of 1 would narrow down cooler combinations for Pokeballs, but also not being so we have 17 different Pokeballs, 1 for each type, so it makes it more of a unique challenge to find Pokemon that match the type for the ball. Next, I wanted to create a counter to an older Pokeball, that being the Heavy Ball. The Heavy Ball is a unique Pokeball in its own right, not just granting a set modifier, but granting a set-like increase to their base catch rate. So the more the Pokemon weighs, the higher chance it has at getting a better increase to its base modifier. I think the Light Ball would be a pretty cool Pokeball. It would work better on lighter Pokemon, obviously, and it would resemble the Heavy Ball but have more feathery features to express the lightness of the Pokeball. The modifiers would parallel that of the Heavy Ball in the sense of minus 20 points if used on a Pokemon weighing 111 pounds or more, 0 points each way if used on a Pokemon weighing 110 pounds to 55.1 pounds, plus 20 points if used on a Pokemon weighing 54.9 pounds to 44.3 pounds, and plus 30 points if used on a Pokemon weighing 44.1 pounds or less. To explain these odds better, let's take Gible as an example. Gible has a base catch rate of 45, and since it would be in the 54.9 to 44.3 pound range, at 45.2 pounds, it would then have an increased catch rate of 65. The Heavy Ball is the only Pokeball in the game that has a weird catch rate like this. Unless you're counting like the Master Ball's 100% catch, it's the only one that adds and subtracts points to the base catch rate. For the next ball, I wanted to create a new Pokeball that would target first stage evolution Pokemon. It would be called something like the Youth Ball, resembling a child ring toy, one of those where you have to stack the different colored rings on top of a pole, and it would have a 2.5 times catch modifier on first stage Pokemon. This modifier is only slightly better than the Ultra Ball, and since the game does not have a ball that works like this, I think it could be a fun addition that's not too overpowered. Next, we're going to be taking a spin on a Pokeball that already exists. The Dream Ball is a Pokeball that has a 4 times catch modifier on Pokemon when they're asleep, but only a 1 times modifier on Pokemon that are awake. For this example, we'll be using the Toxic Ball. The Toxic Ball also has a 4 times multiplier, but only on Pokemon under the status Toxic or Poison. Having this high of a modifier, but also putting the target at risk of fainting from poison, would make this ball a double-edged sword, and I think would be a cool addition and element for people who wanted to use this ball risking it all, especially if it's on a shiny Pokemon. So we already have the Moon Ball that works better on Pokemon that belong to the evolutionary lines that use the Moonstone. And the opposite stone to the Moonstone is the Sunstone. So I think the Sunball is a fun Pokeball that could be added. I'm surprised it hasn't been added in the same generation that the Sunstone was created, where the Moonball was created, but that's on Pokemon doing weird decisions. So the Sunball would work on Pokemon of the evolutionary lines belonging to the Sunstone. It only has one less group than the Moonstone, and I believe it should share the same 4 times modifier as the Moonball as well. So the next ball is a little more far-fetched in the sense of, I thought it'd be a fun idea to make a Pokeball that works on certain egg groups. For this ball I chose to use the Field Ball, jokingly making it look like a soccer field, but it would have a 3 times catch modifier on Pokemon of the Field Egg group. I mean, we already have Pokeballs based on groupings like type, so why not have a Pokeball based on a different classification for Pokemon in that of their egg group? So we already have the Fast Ball, which gives a 4 times catch modifier to Pokemon with a base speed of at least 100. So for the Slow Ball, it's going to resemble Pyukumuku, the Pokemon with the lowest base speed, tied with Munchlax and Shuckle for 5. I chose Pyukumuku's color scheme to use for this over the other two because Shuckle's already resembles the Fast Ball, and Munchlax's wasn't as cool as Pyukumuku's. I really enjoyed the Pyukumuku outfit set in Sun and Moon, so it was kind of just a little homage to that. The Pokeball would also have the same 4 times catch modifier, but for Pokemon with a base speed of 60 or lower. Next on my list is a Pokeball I'm really surprised they never used, and that is a weather-themed set of Pokeballs. For this I have a Dune Ball, resembling a desert, and would have a 3 times catch multiplier in Sandstorm. Now I think for these Pokeballs, I think it should only work in places that have naturally occurring weather, so no self-setting your weathers because it would be an easier way to get the multiplier. And I think most Pokemon games do have places where naturally occurring sand, rain, and other weather conditions occur, so it would be more you have to use it on those Pokemon in those areas if you want the multiplier instead of just setting your sand and getting a free multiplier. So next is a silly gimmick. It's the Green Ball. It's green. That's it. Next. No, the Green Ball would not be alone. I think we could have a whole set of just regular 1 times modifier Pokeballs in various colors. Why do we only have to use the red Pokeball? I would love to color coordinate my Pokemon to other plain Pokeballs just in different colors. I think it would be just a fun and easy cosmetic addition. And finally, we have the Pokeball that kind of inspired this whole list, being the Shiny Ball. Now, the Shiny Ball would have a 100% catch rate, but only for shiny Pokemon, so it would be a failsafe for shiny hunters if they're about to lose their shiny. It would be really rare in the games. You only get 1 for obtaining the charm after you complete your Pokedex, and to get more it'd have to be some hard challenge like spending 400 BP or maybe a million Pokédollars to get it. But it'd be a safer non-Master Ball alternative to use on your shiny Pokemon, while also I think still having a cool design. I took the design for this Pokeball specifically from the shiny charm colorations itself, so it resembles that cool blue and that nice green that I like on the shiny charm. So I think the Shiny Ball is my favorite of the Pokeballs I created. Loving shiny hunting and having a Pokeball that only works on shiny Pokemon would be a fun gimmick while also being a counter to the old Master Ball. Plus, the Master Ball isn't the coolest Pokeball to have a shiny in, so having a option like this would be a for sure go-to for most shiny hunters. So there you have it, 10 new Pokeball ideas for Pokemon. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and consider subscribing. Also leave a comment letting me know what kind of Pokeballs you would want in Pokemon, if you could add one. Other than that, thanks for coming out.